guys, as I normally do, I give you what the steps in what solving or what finding any question be given. Okay, now they have not just given us a little. So now using these steps, so you should consider what the force as weight. Now they see that a bar of length, right? Now talking of length, this is the bar and this is what the length, measured in what meter, and the area is rigidly fixed, right? This is fixed, right? Of what rigidly fixed at one end. Let rho kilogram per what meter cube be the density, okay, of the material of the bar. Consider a small strip of the bar shaded, right? This is the strip that is what being shaded, of thickness dy. This is the thickness, and at a distance, right, of y from what the free end. Okay, they have given us a little. First of all, I would like to introduce you to something. They say that you should consider what this is just the steps that I gave you guys, okay, so that it will be very simple for you to what get what you have been asked. Now they say that you should find what you should consider the force as what weight. Okay, weight, right? You know that what is the formula for calculating weight? You see that weight is equal to what mg, that is mass times what gravity. Okay, mass times gravity. But we know that mass is being given as what density times what volume, right? Mass is being given as what density times volume, and your volume is equal to what area times what the length, right? Okay, now but from the mass, right, mass is equal to what your rho a y times your gravity. Okay, now let me tell you something. Rho a y means something. Okay, let me tell you. Rho, right, talking of what density of the material, right? Density of the material. Your A is talking of what the area, right? Talking of the area of what the material, and the Y is talking of what the length, right? It's talking of the length of the bar. Okay, now from this guy, now we see that mass is equal to rho ay times gravity, right? So rho ay times gravity, and that gravity is a constant, right? And the constant for gravity is what 9.81. Okay, times 9.81. So multiplying these two guys, you have what 9.81 rho a y, which is what your weight. So what's what 9.81 rho what a y. Okay, now they feel I should calculate what the stress. Okay, step 2. Step 2, I should find your stress. But you know that stress is being given as what? Stress is being given as force over area. Stress. Step 2. Force over area. I tell you that you consider what? Force as weight, or weight as what? Force. Since this weight, we can also use it as what? The force, right? Force now is what? 9.81 rho a y all over area, right? You see that there's something common here that we can cancel out. A can go with A, right? This one can go with this one. You'll be left with your stress is equal to what? 9.81 rho y, right? This is your stress. Now, let's check the third thing now, which is what? The strain. Step what? 3. I should find our strain. We see that the strain is being calculated as what? Stress over what? Extension. Strain is equal to stress over your E, which is what? The extension. But we know our stress already. Our stress is what? 9.81 rho y. So I'm going to put it 9.81 rho y over what? E. We call this also what? Strain. You are finding what? Extension. Talking of what? The drag, right? Which is what? Right. Okay. And it's being given to be what? Sorry. This is your step 4. Right? Which is the extension, right? Now, it's equal to what? Length, strain rather, times what? Original length, right? Strain times original length. We have gotten our strain already. I know that our strain is what? 9.81 rho y over what? E. Times original length is what? Dy. How do I know it's dy? From this young man. This was the original what? Length. That is the thickness, right? Is what? Dy. Okay, now when you multiply this young man, you have it to the what? This 9.81 rho y over what? E. What? Dy. Okay? Dy. Now, there's one strategic thing here I'm going to tell you. Now watch. You are talking of what? Distance from what? Y. And you are talking of what? A particle, right? An element. Now you are talking of what? Space, right? Okay, now, when you are talking of picking something out of something, in this calculation, you are talking of what? You have to what? Integrate. Okay, so now you are going to what? Integrate 9.81 rho y over E dy. Okay, now having a constant in integration, what are you going to do? You are going to what? Take it outside, right? That is 9.81 over E, then the integral of what? Rather y dy. Okay, that is, you bring your constant outside, then integrate what? Y dy. Now when you integrate y dy, what are you going to have? Following the law of integration, when you integrate y dy, you are going to have what? Y square over what? 2. Okay, permit me to use a space. Now when you integrate, the integral of y dy is equal to what? Y square over what? 2. Following the law of what? Integration. That is to say that yn plus 1, right? All over what? 1n plus 1. Having your n to be 1. So you have n1 plus 1 all over 1 plus what? 1. From there you have y square over what? 2. That is why you are having what? Y square over 2. Okay, permit me to clean this side. Okay, so after I integrate, I'm going to have 9.81 rho over E, right? Now we have integrate, so I'm going to take the limit, right? Y square over 2, limit of 0, right, to L. I follow now toward this length. Now, when you are integrating, after you have gotten the limit, right, you take the limit of 0, right, replace it with y, and take the limit of L, replace it with what? Y. then solve and what, get your final answer. Okay, so let's do it like that. 9.81 rho over e, right? As you see that anywhere we see y, we will replace it with what, l. So l square over what, 2, integral of l of what, 0. Okay, we have succeeded in what, getting the one for l. So now let's do the one of what, 0 now. So, or 9.81 rho over e, right? Then into 0 square over 2, right? Okay, now mathematically, when you have 9.81 rho over e, this one multiplies this one, gives you what, l square over what, 2, right? Right. Or now you know that 0 square is 0, right? 0 square is 0. 0 divided by 0, 0 divided by 2 is 0. 0 times anything is what, 0. So this young man what, goes. Okay, leaving us with what, this one. So I'm going to have what, 9.81 rho l square all over what, 2e. And this is just what they are demanding from us. Guys, do it to encourage my video by what, subscribing to this channel. Thank you guys for watching.